respond to spiraling inflation.
During Tuesday's UWP press briefing, the opposition's Castries South candidate Tommy Descartes was critical of the government's management of the economy, particularly in the high cost of living. Descartes slammed the government's repeated reference to imported inflation.
It is not just imported inflation, but policy inaction. In fact, we remember vividly when asked about inflation, the Minister of Finance repeatedly scoffed at reporters, suggesting that they were acting as if the sky was falling. No policy response was offered then except excuses.
There were no praises from Descartes, who painted a grim picture of what he deemed the worsening economic conditions for the average St. Lucian, placing the blame squarely at the government's feet.
This government is out of touch and tone deaf. Secondly, it reveals a government that is clueless, careless, and incompetent. A government who, rather than deal with the bread and butter issues in St. Lucia that the public confront on a day-to-day basis, but rather this government prioritizes taxing you up front and offering you vouchers later on.
The UWP candidate also criticized the government's much-touted move to zero-rate VAT on 70 food items. He says it fell short of what is needed at this time.
I heard the government chastising and threatening retailers to ensure they pass on the reduction to consumers. What this government should do is sit with stakeholders and ascertain what the price will be of these 70 items with the reduced VAT on there. Then this government would then post these prices and have these prices all over the country so persons are not burdened. You are now asking the same consumers to be able to determine which prices are lower, who's passing it on. This is a lazy and clueless administration. Make it make sense, please, Mr. Minister.
Descartes warns that no amount of policy spin can mask the growing frustration felt by the average St. Lucian.